Alright fish people, hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we are going to talk about those new red devils that I picked up the other week, and we're going to talk about the advantages and why I use the hole in the divider method. And remember guys, these are my opinions, my experience that I'm sharing. There's other opinions and other experience out there which I would advise you check out, but this is my opinion on it, so let's get right into it. Okay, so they're still together, but she is spending a little bit more time in the other side of the divider at the moment, which is starting off in the right way we need to go on, and why these hole in the divider methods are really good. He's on one at the moment, so we have had a spawn. So if you look at her there, she's hiding behind the rock, and if you have a check of her out, she has got a nip on her head. Nothing to worry about, but she's just coming here for refuge, and she's probably been in here for the last day or two. She nipped in. I've seen her nip in there once in that time, but she'll just stay out of the way till she's ready. And we've still got these. I think they're all Mayonnaise, I'm not sure, but anyway, they're just like diver fish, I suppose. But yeah, here she is. She's got a little nip on her head there, but she's just coming here for refuge. And he, as you see, look, showing off. Look at him. I mean, that's a great shot of him. Look at him there. He is on one. So he's not interested in these little things. He's more interested in her, and he wants her to spawn with him, but she is not in no position or mood right now to do that. Anyway, a little bit on these first. They're doing really well. I have got a spare female, which I keep saying I'll show you, but I will show you at some point. She's in the other tank. It's just that he chose this. When I brought them back home, he chose this female, so yeah, this is the one. There's no point in me putting the other one, because if I put the other one in, this female gives her a good hiding. So it's just about at the moment with these two, and they're doing really well. They spent a lot of time on this side of the tank together. I mean, he's looking a bit wary, but basically he wants her in the side of there, in that pot, so they go into that tube, and that's where they've spawned. They've spawned a couple of times, but they've eaten the eggs. So I've been able to look in from the side of the tank, and I've seen the spawn in there, but they've just eaten it. So whether these little guys have eaten it or not, I don't know, but I don't really see these going in that tube. Like I say, this male's not that interested in them. Even when they've spawned, he doesn't seem to be that interested in them. And if he does get rowdy, I have noticed they'll just get there again at the same, will just go into that side of the tank. But anyway, let's have a look at this divider. So as you can see, there is holes in this divider. You can see proper on them, but there's about, I think I've put about 4 holes. If you're lucky, he's coming up to that hole, you can just see him through the hole there. And they're basically cut out just so she can get through. And it just gives her a bit of refuge, a retreat to go to when he is on one. And again, I'm a great big fan of these. I think this is the best way. Right, the thing with stuff like this, people are going to tell you the best way for them. And that's great, because you get to try different methods. This one works for me, so I use this one because it works. I bred my Trimax this way, so I used it with a Trimax. It worked, and now it's working with these. Basically, the female will learn that if it's too rough with the male, she will get out of the way and she will come in here. The tank's big enough for him right now, so the tank, let me step back. The tank's like 5 foot long, 20 inches wide and 24 inches high. So at this moment in time, the tank is more than enough. It gives a lot of space for him still, and then plenty of space just for her to chill out on that side. And then when they're together, there's enough space as well. So like I said, this is a method that I choose to do because it works for me. You know, you may try this and it may not work, you know, but it works for me. And the other things you can do is just a divider with no holes, and try to put a couple of stones on each side where they can, maybe the female can lay the spawn and the male can fertilise from his side. Now I tried that with the Trimax where my female laid the spawn but the male wasn't interested, and they did that twice, and the male didn't fertilise the spawn, but when I did the hole in the divider, I ended up having spawns from, as you know, I've got young from that. So this is a work. There's another idea you can do, a divider with no holes in, and you can actually put, you know, those terracotta plates on underneath the actual divider. People have done that. I've seen people use that in a flower horn method to do flower horns. So there's different ways, or, you know, some people get away with having them without a divider. But for me, I like the peace of mind. I don't want to risk losing the females, because let's face it, if you keep these Central American pairs, you know, especially with the Amphilophus, that it's highly likely that they're going to kill the females. It's highly likely, it's not always, but it's highly likely that they're going to kill the females. So she, at the moment, has spent some time getting a little bit picked on, as you can see from her head, and she's a little bit, you know, she's been getting picked on, so she's come out of the way. It's perfect. He can't get in there, and she then gets a rest from him. She'll, you know, I can give her some good food, a couple of water changes, get her back to normal. Then she might go back and she might be ready to spawn. So she'll go back in when she's ready to spawn with him. And that's the great thing. So she's in control. She is absolutely in control of this situation. But as a pair, I'm really pleased with them. They're doing well. So I set this extra tank up for them. So this was a tank I'd set up on top of already what I've got set up in the fish room for these guys. So, you know, it's a cracking tank and it works for them. So they're made by Aqua One, and I think that when I move, I think the 7x2 that I'm going to have is going to be the same. It's going to be one of these, and so let me pan back and show you. I've got a few of these, so I think I've got 4 of these altogether. So it's that cabinet, and they come with a matching hood. Although I'm not a great fan of hoods, if I'm honest with you, I probably prefer it without the hood, but to be honest with you, there's just no storage space to put all these hoods in this house, to be honest. So yeah, I think this is the one I'm going to get in the 7x2x2, because you're getting through Maidenhead Aquatics, which is a local business. Well, it's not a local business, it's a UK business that you can have them built to any size you want and they'll get them for you. So that's what I'm going to have built. The good tanks, really good tanks. And I've noticed, I've got these and I've got the dual tanks, and I noticed that the dual tanks are scratched to high heaven, where these are not scratched at all. I think there might be a couple of little surface scratches on these, but on the duals they're a mess. So the glass is decent on these as well. Whichever glass they use, it's decent. So yeah, but anyway, back to the Red Devils. So this male is an absolute beauty. He's stunning. And the other female I've got, so I've got 2 females, like I said, they're basically the same size. I think the other one's a little bit bigger, if I'm honest. So yeah, and do you know what? I really tried my best to get Jagger to pair off with his female, and it just didn't work. So with this guy, he gives a jip, but he doesn't, like, not the way that Jagger was with his female. He was brutal. I tried the all in the divider, and that just didn't work, because that female would go on the same size as Jagger and just stay with him and get levered. So she didn't really get the hang of the holes, if that makes sense. But this female is rapid, and she's judged, you know, so there's 4 holes in there. I think there's 4. Yeah, there's one there, one there, one there, and then one higher up. So it just gives her more options. But what I've noticed is she's sussed these 2 out. So she'll come through both of these, but she's really quick and she gets through them really quick. So for me, you can't beat these holes in the divider, to be honest with you. I think it's a fantastic method. And some people will not agree with that, some people will, but it's my method, it's my opinion. Remember guys, if I do these videos, I'm only sharing my experience, my opinion with you. So, you know, I actually would also encourage you to check out other people and the way they do it. But at the moment, it works, and I've tried this method with a few. Although it didn't work with Jagger, it still gave me that, I still had the opportunity to try it. So yeah, I would highly recommend the hole in the divider method, guys, and it definitely comes with a strong guarantee for me, because it's worked for me. So, you know, regarding these spawning, I'm not really that interested, to be honest with you. I bought these for the way they look. They're a fantastic pair. Look, see him then, see how fast he came out of there then, because he's seen her. Honestly, they're brutal, these Amphilophus, aren't they? These Red Devils and Midas, Trimax, they can be brutal. It's a fantastic method, it works, and I would highly recommend it. But like I said before, that's just my opinion, guys. There are other videos out there that give you different opinions, and it's good to learn your own way, remember that. So anyway guys, we're going to have a last shot at this fella, because he's a stunner. Beautiful, beautiful male amph. We're going to have a last shot at him, and we're going to go and call it a day. Okay guys, I hope you like those Red Devils. They're a fantastic pair, aren't they? And I'm sure you'll agree that that male's a bit of a beauty, isn't it? And we'll do further updates going forward on them. And remember, the hole in the divider method, it works. It's a right way of doing it in my opinion. But again, there is other opinions out there. Anyway guys, I just want to say a massive thank you. Thank you for all the support that you guys give me. It means a lot. Also, thank you for all the subscriptions, the likes, the comments, the unlikes. They all help me, so thank you very much. If you're not subscribed guys, press the subscribe button, ping the bell below. That'll give you notifications for the next videos. And on that note guys, I'm going to call it a day and I will see you on the next one.